Hello everybody, this is Dr. Rick Wallace checking in. Obviously I'm not in the lab right now. I'm out getting some things done, and something was just kind of moving through my mind. It's been moving through it all morning, so I decided to just take a break and kind of drop something on you. First, anytime that I'm out and I'm shooting a video, I always make a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. I apologize for any ambient noises, background noises that are out of my control, but I do believe you're able to hear what I have to say, and it's important that I share it now, so I don't have time to wait till I get back to the lab to share this. There are a lot of you out there that follow me who are chasing your dream, or you have your dreams in view. You have something in life you want. You have something that you're passionate about. You have your hope, but you're not just sitting on your hope waiting on it to happen. You're taking action to help make things happen as far as your hope is concerned. And you're putting all this into motion, and you're trying to make things happen. But, and here's this big but, some of the places that you are looking to receive support from, some of the places you thought you would get emotional support, encouragement from, some places you thought people would come in and step in and provide you with a sense of encouragement, are actually the people that's talking behind your back, are actually the people telling you you can't, are actually the people who are laughing at your vision and your dreams. I understand. Trust me. What I can tell you is sometimes those you love the most, sometimes those you are doing it for, can't see the dream. See, the dream is yours. It's implanted inside of your DNA. It's implanted inside your spiritual DNA, your physical DNA, your psychological DNA. It's a part of who you are. And not all the time are people going to be able to see it. And if you've got somebody in your circle who has already given up on their dreams, has stopped dreaming, has stopped believing, has stopped even hoping that something exceptional will happen in their lives, you got to understand it's absolutely impossible for them to see the possibility of you doing anything. First of all, the very idea that something is possible for you that is exceptional, extraordinary, and great immediately convicts them to the fact that they live the same life, come from the same background, and that means that the only reason that they haven't achieved what they're trying to achieve is them. So you going after your vision and dreams is a conviction to anyone who's not. You aspiring for something more than just being mediocre is going to be an immediate conviction to the person who has accepted mediocrity as their lot in life. So you got to understand that. Then there are some people that are simply not able to see it because life has taught them to be average. Life has taught them that it's impossible. They have become victims of learned helplessness. You're going to learn that some of the most difficult decisions that you have to make as you are aspiring and moving towards this sense of greatness and whatever that means to you in your life. One of the things you're going to do, some of the toughest decisions that you are going to have to make is that you're going to have to cut some people out of your circle that you absolutely love. It's not the people you don't know that you think are your biggest detractors. It's the people who are right next to you that remember when you couldn't, remember when you were just, remember how hard it was for you to get through the second grade math, and now you're talking about some type of engineering project. You got to understand that people will judge you on your past. They will judge you on where you're at. Very few people have the capacity to see you as far as what your capacity and potential holds and where you are going. You need to surround, please don't get this wrong. I'm not telling you to surround yourself with yes men. They're just as dangerous as haters. Someone that will look at you and see you about to crash and not tell you is just as deadly to your well-being as the person who's trying to talk you out of your vision, What I'm saying is that you've got to have some people around you who believe in you, so that even when they come to you and pull your coattail because you're about to do something stupid, you know they're pulling your coattail because they have your best interest at heart, not because they're trying to step in front of you and undercut your vision and dream. But you got to be prepared, because some of the people that are closest to you right now are the ones most dangerous. Some of the people you want to believe in you just aren't ready to. It ain't even got nothing to do with you. Some of them are actually still struggling and suffering with who they are. Stop thinking you need somebody else's permission or approval to be who you were designed to be. Stop believing that somebody else has got to co-sign your vision or dream for it to be real. Start believing in yourself. Understand first and foremost that you're not perfect. Some of the things that some people are saying might be true, but that doesn't disqualify you from who you are capable of being. But don't become broken on the inside. Don't set your dream down because you're not where you think you should be. Don't set your dream down because it's not exactly how you thought it would be at this point in time in your life. Don't set your dream down because people are whispering behind your back and talking behind your back. Don't set your dream down because people are not getting behind you and pushing you along the way you thought you can. Let me tell you something. In your spiritual DNA, in your psychological DNA, in your physical DNA is everything that you need. The right people will fall into place when you make the decision to be committed to what it is you want to be and what you want to have out of life. And in many instances, it's not going to be the people you thought it was going to be. In many instances, it's not going to be the people you were counting on being there. Sometimes it's going to be the person you least expected. Sometimes it's going to be people you don't even know. Sometimes it's going to be the person sitting in the corner that's been quiet all along. But whatever you do, don't think because the people you just knew was going to have your back aren't there, that means that you can't make it. At the end of the day, you're the sum total of your thoughts. Where you are right now is because of what you have thought and what those thoughts have produced in the way of actions. You can blame anybody you want to blame. When I look up and I see where I faltered, when I look up and see where I'm at, and I say I should have been further, I shouldn't be struggling with this right now, I shouldn't be struggling with that, and yes, I struggle with stuff every day. And I say that, I look back, and if I trace my thoughts long enough, I trace my behavior long enough, I trace how I behaved and how I did and what I thought and what I was doing and how I felt, it all traces back to me. So if I want something better, I've got to refine my thoughts. I've got to purify my thoughts. I've got to get rid of things. Another thing, stop putting so much energy in getting even with somebody because of what they said about you or how they thought about you, how they felt about you. You know, my daughter called me, and this all came from that. She called me, and she's got this person who she's really close to, and they handling her, they talking behind her back, and they doing a lot of stuff. And she wants to know, you know, am I supposed to keep this person next to me? And I told her, when you got somebody in your circle, how you evaluate them is you look at them and you say, okay, is it somebody that I need in my circle? Is it somebody that I feel should be in my circle because I have something to give them? Sometimes that person doesn't have anything for you. Sometimes you're there because you have something for them. But what you have to ask yourself is, if they never change from who they are right now, this is who they are. You don't control how they're going to change or not. They only do that. If they never change, if they are the person they are now, how long can you deal with them, and can you deal with them for the rest of your life? So what you got to do is, not everybody's meant to be in your life forever. Not everybody's meant to be in your life long term. You've got to make a choice in your life of whether those in your circle have a purpose in your circle. Sometimes the purpose is that you've got something for them. Sometimes that you've got something for each other. Sometimes they've got something for you. But you've got to make a choice. Then you've got to decide how you're going to handle them in that situation. You control how you deal with people. You control what you allow them to do in your life. You control what you allow them to do in your space. Not everybody's going to believe in your vision. Not everybody's going to believe in your dream. Stop thinking you need a cosigner to rise up. Now, it feels good when you got one. It feels good when some people pat you on the back. But you live in a world full of bandwagon riders. They don't start patting you on the back and screaming your name till they see other people doing it. You better learn how to pat yourself on the back. You better learn how to encourage yourself. You better learn how to rise up and be something special within yourself. Nobody's going to truly recognize the value in you until you recognize it in yourself. Until you start demanding things of yourself. People ask me, what do I need to do if I want to raise my level of living? You must raise your expectations, and you raise your expectations by raising your standards. When you raise your standards, you determine what you will no longer tolerate. When you raise your standards, you raise the level of what you expect from yourself and from others. That's how you do it. And then you allow the thoughts associated with that to start to establish new value systems. It's the axiology of where we've been and what we've been through that's setting our belief systems, and we're allowing the lives of other people to set boundaries on our lives that shouldn't be there. There's no limitations to what's possible except for the limitations you accept in your own mind. Yeah, I've had people that I absolutely wanted to believe in me that didn't. I've had people that I absolutely thought would be there and like, go for it, dog, go for it. That's sitting up talking behind my back. I can spend my time worrying about what they're saying. I can spend my time giving power and validity to their negative mindsets towards me. Or I can sit up and say, I know who I am. And no matter how long it takes me to get to where I'm going, I'm getting there. See, like I was telling my client this morning. Then I'm done. I say, you've got to learn how to think about life. See, we get caught up in our goals, and if all we got is our goals, we're going to be really, really frustrated a lot in life. Why? Because you spend way more time pursuing the goal than you do experiencing the goal. See, experiencing and achieving a goal is an event. The progress it takes to get there is a journey. The journey is the part of life that you got to learn to celebrate. So when I wake up in the morning, I might not have reached the goal, but am I better than I was yesterday? Do I know a little bit more than I did yesterday? Have I risen a little bit in how I think about myself and others than I did yesterday? And if I can see the progress, then that's something to celebrate. See, success is in the progress of the pursuit. Because if I can only celebrate when I get to a milestone, then I'm only celebrating for a small amount of time, then I'm back on the grind. Because see, if I ever just stop and start living in that goal, in that event, then I get stagnant and stuck. So the moment I get to a point and I achieve it, that's just that. I celebrate it for a minute, then I set a new goal. So now I'm on a new journey. I don't got time to live in the event. So if I got to be constantly progressing and moving, I can't stop and celebrate at an event for too long. Then I've got to learn how to celebrate the progress. And understand something, the people who are laughing at you because of where you're at right now don't have a clue of where you come from. Let me say that again. The people who are laughing at where you're at right now don't have a clue of where you come from. Because if they knew where you come from, they would be celebrating where you're at instead of diminishing it, instead of talking about it, instead of laughing at you. Find some people who can see you for what you are about to be. Find some people who can see the potential and celebrate what you're becoming. Those are the people that you need in your corner. You better learn how to cut people. You better learn how to cut people, or you're going to be miserable. Because you got a bunch of miserable people in this world, and they don't want nothing more than to share that misery. Find some people that's searching for something. Find some people, find some people that are doing things exceptional and extraordinarily above what you're doing. Don't be afraid to be the smallest person in the room. Don't always seek to be the big. If you're the biggest person in the room, in every room you go into, you're in the wrong place. Find some people that when you walk, find some places to be that when you walk in the room, you feel small. Because see, when you feel small and you got drive, you try to get big. You start to drain those people of their knowledge. You start to drain those people of their wisdom. You start to ask those people for resources. You start to connect to those people. And true people who are authentic and trying to help will reach out and share with you. I've run into people all my life. Well, people say nobody that's doing this in their life don't want to share nothing with me. There's people talking right now that don't have a dime in their pocket saying that no millionaire is gonna share. You in the wrong place. I know a bunch of them that can't wait to open their mouth and tell how they did what they did, when they did it, and what they do. You better be on your grind. You better be on your focus. You better start focusing and being who you are. Stop letting people tell you what you are, who you are. First of all, you're not obligated to be defined by someone else's opinion of you. Second of all, you owe no one the course of you mortgaging your future to pay for your past. Now stand up, dust yourself off, tell yourself, I'm about that's life, and then go get it. Whatever it is in life that you say you want. I don't care how big it is. Dream big, think big, go after it. But make sure that whatever it is you're going after provides the avenue to pour into others. Because that's how you intelligently protect your self-interest. Nothing wrong with having self-interest, being about self, but you need to do it intelligently. When you do it intelligently, you understand what you sow, you reap. So you go out and you plant in others. You sow in others. You pour into others. You give to others. And then it comes back because, see, the universe can't withhold that which you've planted. You've got the right to harvest from the universe every seed that you've planted. So you go out and you pour into others. You give into others. You touch the lives of others. That's how you intelligently protect your self-interest. Nothing wrong with having an idea of protecting your self-interest, but do it intelligently. When you try to go do it selfishly, it comes back on you. That's it for now. I just had to drop that on you. I love you guys. As I always say, I'm going to die on E. I'm dying on empty. I'm not leaving one book unwritten. I'm not leaving one speech undone, one lecture undone. I'm not leaving one program undeveloped. I'm just not going to do it. I encourage you to live a life that's full. Live a life that's full and die on empty. That's it. I'm out. Peace.